answered this, I think, in one of your podcasts, but if you could just reiterate, do you think Americanism and liberalism gives us wokery? And in terms of like the patrilineal descent, if the Reformation is the granddaddy and the Enlightenment is the child and liberalism is the grandchild, would wokery be the great grandchild?
Yes. To answer your question, the statement part of the question, my response is yes. In terms of wokery being a descendant of Americanism and liberalism, absolutely, because the relationship between wokery and so-called American exceptionalism is very much that of Unitarianism and Calvinism. In other words, it's the flip side. So with Calvinism, you had this very doctrinaire, very rigorous kind of belief that was just, this is what it is. If you don't like it, eat it. Unitarianism, which always and only arises in Calvinist areas, the way it did in Transylvania and Hungary, in the Netherlands, and in the British Isles in America. It always comes out of Calvinist roots. Well, similarly, wokery is American exceptionalism turned on its head. So instead of the United States being the best, most wonderful country that ever existed, it's the worst and most horrible.
Yeah.
It, instead of being the Messiah of nations, it's the Antichrist. The idea that it's simply the country where you and I were born, our homeland, we should be ready to die for it. That's certainly true. But I mean, the fact that it's either the last best hope of mankind or Sauron's Tower of Barad-dûr, no. And I mean, it doesn't need to be either one. All it needs to be is our country. I mean, my father didn't have to be either St. Francis or Adolf Hitler. All he had to be was my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what developed in our country, and I've heard this so many times, America is not an idea, not a country, it's an idea.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that is that if you lose faith in the idea, guess what? If your notion is that America is all about how anybody from anywhere can come here and grow up and become president, and then you find out, that's not really true. Well, then it's evil. Well, no. It's like every other country that has ever existed or ever will. It's an area with a unique history, some good, some bad, that produced a set of peoples who are us, and loving whom and bringing to the faith of whom is for every Catholic a patriotic duty.